Today's announcement gives us even more hope, more confidence in the possibilities about this effort going forward. Thus far, Iran has taken every step that it committed to take, dating back 2 full years, not just back to July, but dating back to the interim agreement that we announced in Geneva in Switzerland. And we have now 2 years of compliance already under our belt, with another 13, and then another 15, and then another 20, and then another 25, and then the lifetime of this agreement under the additional protocol and the modified code 3.1. Now, obviously, past performance does not guarantee future results. We know that. Furthermore, while we welcome Implementation Day, we understand that this marker alone does not wipe away all of the concerns that the international community has rightly expressed about Iran's policies and actions and choices in the region. But we also know, without doubt, there is not a challenge in the entire region that wouldn't become much more complicated, much worse, if Iran had a nuclear weapon. And that is why this agreement is so important. With the agreement fully implemented, the international community can finally work to address the other regional challenges without the looming threat of a nuclear-armed Iran, including the crisis in Syria, on which we have made important progress in recent months. Before I close, I want to thank a few important people who brought us here to this day, who've been critical to this process throughout the negotiations. And that starts with the person I work for, President Obama, who has been resolute in insisting that Iran must never have a nuclear weapon, and equally strong and courageous in asserting that diplomacy should be given a fair chance to achieve that goal. His courage to pursue a path that many people deemed impossible and some people deemed inadvisable is the reason we are where we are, marking Implementation Day, not alone, not bilaterally, but with France, Germany, Britain, China, Russia, all of us joined together in an effort to create this accountability. I also want to thank the delegations representing all of our P5 partners. All of them have worked unbelievably hard and have set a standard for international cooperation, and I particularly want to thank Dame Cathy Ashton for helping to lead this process for 2.5 years, and her successor, Federica Mogherini, for expertly coordinating international efforts during the final stage and helping in these last 2 days to bring us to this announcement. I also want to express my gratitude for the superb efforts of my own delegation, led by Steve Mull and previously by Wendy Sherman, all of whom from the State Department, from the White House, and throughout the interagency system that we work with in the United States, all of them, the Justice Department, the Energy Department, Ernie Moniz and others, have done an extraordinary job, and they richly deserve the gratitude of our nation, and I believe other nations who benefit from this. Let me also thank the government of Austria, Switzerland, and Oman for their continued and enormously generous hospitality at times, for their assistance all the time, and for the international work that they have helped to make possible here. And I'm particularly grateful to the government of Switzerland, to DJ Burkhalter, and all those who have worked in the last days as our representative in Tehran in helping us with the mission regarding the release of the Americans, which you will hear more about from President Obama later. Finally, I want to again express my deep respect for the serious and constructive approach that Iran's delegation brought to this effort. Foreign Minister Javad Zarif and his team from day one demonstrated their deep commitment and seriousness of purpose, and Dr. Ali Salehi has worked diligently with Secretary Moniz to find creative solutions to difficult technical challenges. And we've been able to approach every step of this process with professionalism and mutual respect. The hard work will continue, no question. And the tough politics surrounding this issue in many countries, including the United States and Iran, that's obviously not going to get easier overnight. But the fact is that today marks the first day of a safer world, one where we believe it is possible to remain safer for years to come, and particularly with the compliance of this agreement. I think we have also proven once again why diplomacy has to always be our first choice and war our last resort. And that is a very important lesson to reinforce. We have approached this challenge with the firm belief that exhausting diplomacy before choosing war is an imperative. And we believe that today marks the benefits of that choice. Thank you.
Who never imagined that their loved one would be taken from our lives by a bullet from a gun.